Hi guys, so yeah, we're back with some chill puzzle solving. Right here, the pawns, it's equal, and we'll try to do something with those pawns on the king side to try to get opposition, I think. Because if we get opposition, then we should be winning. Because after this invasion, I push and then I'm quicker, right? So it's not g5 because he goes f3. But if g5 f3, then I go d4. If he goes here, I go to c5. He has to drop back and take. So g4, f6. I think I was saying the wrong coordinates just now. d5. I think he has to drop back. And then we just take. Here we go back. Yeah, just g4. I don't see any problem with that. g4. If king c6, king a5, f6. We have king a. Wait, we don't have king a6. g4, king c6, king a5, f6. Do we go d5 check? d5 check. He can go king c5. Push takes. Push takes, and then he has the opposition. So what if d5 now to prevent king c6? If we go d5 now, he can go f5. d5, f5. And then d5, f5, g4, f4. Takes. Wait, no. f5. If we go h4, takes h5. d5, f6, d5, f5, d5, f5, g4, takes, and then where do we go? Takes h4 doesn't work, right? So what if f5? If he goes f5, we go h4. Takes. If he goes h5, alright, so d5, f5, g4. No, wait, d5, f5, h4. And then I don't think he has any other move right here. So I think it's just takes h5, d6, king c6, d7, takes, and then I think I'm closer to the action. No, it's g4. G4 and then what? King a5. King b4. Ah, just come back here and then we push. Overcomplicated stuff. Is there any pawn breaks? I see a5, but I don't see how it benefits us. Now we can try getting opposition with b5. So b5. No. Takes. Takes, and then we play c5. Takes c5, king d. If king d6, then we go king f5, right? So takes c5. If he goes king f6, I take that d pawn. Takes c5. Takes. Takes, and then if king f6, I go a5. And then if a5, then I go king e4. If he pushes, then if c5, c4 d4, and then I can't even go with wait. No. It's d4. I think the first move is d4. Takes, king f6. No. Let's look at a5. a5. If take the b takes a. And if he goes king f6, then yeah, I don't know. Wait, b5 takes. b5 a5, b5 a5, and then I think this takes, and then here takes a5. If he goes king f6, then no, takes d4. What is d4? Yeah, we can outflank him if d4 takes. d4 takes, king f6, I go a5. If he goes a5, I can go king g5. And I outflank him. If he pushes, then I still outflank him. Yeah. So it's important that I have this d pawn as my anchor right here. So what is this? We're down 2 minor pieces, but I think we have way to attack their king. Now my first instinct is just queen g3 check, king h1, and then king g7. But then it takes 2 moves, and it's very difficult to do that. So my other thought is bishop c4 first. Because then what can he do? Bishop c4, he could go bishop f3. And so I think we have to go queen g3 check first. And then bishop c5, I think. Yeah, we have to go for the check first. And then we have to move away the bishop. I think it's c5, so at least I'm attacking something. Or do we just go no, but then I see this idea. Oh wait, no, if this doesn't block it, so what if it's actually bishop takes a3? If bishop takes, and then king g7, and then I don't see a way you stop the mate without sacking the bishop and the queen for the rook. But if you sack the bishop and queen for the rook, then it's rook knight. Then it's rook knight, bishop rook versus rook and queen, which is bad for us. So I don't think we take on a3. I think we go to c5 here. Now there's rook g1, which then this comes into play. Yeah. So I think it's bishop c5. And then here just do you just take the take knight? Takes? No, I don't think so. If we go for a check, it gets blocked though. Do we just take the knight? Well, where can we go with the queen is my question. I don't see where I can go with my queen. So therefore, the point of bishop c5, I think it's just block here. Play bishop e6. If rook here, I have a check. There's still that idea. So it's just block. Yeah, take 6. Here there's queen takes a8, but then we're still down a lot of material. Or there's queen c8 check, and maybe there's something. Now queen c8 check. What I see is I want to play bishop b5 check, because then if his queen wasn't here, then it would be mate. Let me double check. Yeah, the queen covers the light squares, bishop goes for the dark squares. So, what I see here is maybe a knight hop. A knight hop can also make him, right? Because knight here, if the queen still wants to defend here, then I'll go check, and then this knight hop wins the game, right? So it's not. It's check and then knight hop. Ah. Because if we go knight hop now, oh, there's queen a6. Yeah, there's queen a6. Check and knight hop. Here we take. And there's mate somewhere. Okay. Beautiful smother mate, apparently. Here, what I would calculate first is just rook h1 check. King f2. Rook 8 h2 check. King e3. So if we want to block the king's way out, I think it's rook h1 check, king f2, and then just d4. There's no check against black king. I don't see how you get out of this except for like g4, which I can bring the other rook in with a check. King g3. Rook g2 check. King f4 maybe, and then rook h4 check, king to f5, and then rook f2 should be made, but what? Why? Why not check here? Oh, I'm just stupid. Anyways, bishop takes f4, or we can take the pawn on c4 first. So if bishop takes, I don't think we should allow his king inside. Because if I take on c4, takes, and then I take the pawn on f4, then he can just go takes, and then king c3, and I go for his d4 pawn, but he takes my c pawn, I take his d pawn, and then he goes to b2. And that's not good because he's way quicker than me. So I think we just take on f4. If takes, then because it's always like if I get the opposition with the king, then I get it, right? Because if a3, then h5, h5, then a3, right? So takes, take on f4. If c takes d, then c takes d, and we just outflank him. I think we win the d pawn. That should be good for us. Now if takes push, then yeah, it's still the same thing, it's just outflank. Takes. here, do we go h5 or do we go king f5? I think we have to go h5. Our pawn has to be more advanced, I guess. h5, king c5, king e5, king b4 takes. Yeah, and then he has no way in, right? Problem with here is king c5, king e5, king b4, king d4. Oh, now I have to give way and then just king c3, king b2. Okay. My first instinct is just to go queen f5, double attack, and then I think the only way he can save this is with checks and maybe like g6. We'll look at it later. So if knight f3 check, then knight f3 check, I guess king h1 or king h1 is already enough. Queen takes f3, there's g6, which is not that good. No, wait, king h1, there's check, so maybe just like queen king h3, knight g1 check, king g2. We shouldn't be scared of the knight checks. And then there's g6, rook sack. Take the rook, king g7, and then queen g8 check, king h6, and then queen h8 mate. Now, we use the process of elimination here. This is always what I do. If I go to g2, then what does he have? If I go to h1, it's definitely not h1. So if I go to h3, then if I go to h3 just does not look good to me. Cause h3, knight g1 check, king g2, or just knight g5 check maybe. Knight g5 check, and then if we take, then his rook is free to move somewhere. Yeah, if we take, we give him time for rook c5, and it does not look good. Yeah, so I think if we take the bishop, then we lose our threats, right? Because then his rook can move to c5. If we take with the queen, then we lose the threat on the rook, and g6 is adequate, so it's just king g2. Just process of elimination here, and now we take the queen. Okay, so that's it for today's puzzle solving, guys. I hope you like this laid back experience to learning with me, solving chess puzzles with me. You can understand like what I'm thinking, what an intermediate is thinking. Sometimes there's like blind spots for me for calculation. I'm still working on my calculation. That's it for today, guys. See y'all next time. Bye.